Coach Haas, I've actually always wanted to come to this gym. It's pretty cool that I'm actually here for the first time. Going into this fight Sunday, Victor Ortiz versus Corral. What can we expect, and what are your expectations in that fight for Victor's behalf?
I expect to win. I always expect to win when we train. We don't train to lose, so definitely expect a victory. I think we're going to see a little bit of his power on display. He's hungry, focused, kind of refocused himself this camp. I know it's kind of cliche, everybody says that, but I think the birth of his son and him kind of walking away from Hollywood for a little while has given him an opportunity to really focus on what he says he wants to do, which is try to make another run for a belt. So, and you know, if you look at the welterweight division, you have, you know, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter. You know, those guys are the top, and then there's really no in-between level. Then you're down to the guys that are 16 and 17 and 0 that really haven't proven themselves and can't get up there. So I think he's a couple wins away from putting himself right back in a good spot. So I think if we look good, I'm sure they put us in this fight too as a little bit of a measuring stick, because you know he did fight Josecito, so it'll give us a chance to see what we do against him. So I'm sure that's something maybe they're looking at down the road, which we would welcome. So we'll see, but definitely want to see a smart Vic in the ring, and also if he gets him hurt, I'd like to see him get him out of there. Saddam Ali dropped him, Josecito dropped him, but neither of them were able to keep him down. So hopefully if we can put him on the canvas, we can keep him down there.
Those changes that Victor has been going through lately, the major one is obviously his child's birth. Have you seen that affect him already to some extent, and if so, is it a positive, is it a negative, and how's he taking the whole thing mentally? How do you see him as a fighter after?
I think the birth of his son was definitely a positive influence. He realizes that it's not just about him anymore. You know, a lot of times we go through life and all we have to worry about is ourselves, and then when you get somebody that completely depends on you, like a child, it gives you a little bit more focus, a little bit more discipline. And I always tell guys, you know, when we're boys, we do the things that boys do, and at some point in life, we have to become a man. And sometimes it's the birth of your first child that pushes you in that direction. Did it for me, so I think it's definitely pushing him in that direction too.
So in a sense, is it easier to have a refocused Victor Ortiz to get him to do things and even better? Like he's faster, maybe stronger. He wakes up earlier.
Yeah, I think he's been referred to as a young veteran in the past, so he's been in the sport, so he knows what to do, he knows what to expect. So a lot of times, maybe if you say, you know, I want to run early tomorrow morning at 4:30 just for a little mental edge, maybe we run at 5:30 because it doesn't really make a difference. This camp, if I say 4:30, he's running at 4:25. So, and he's letting me sleep in a little bit and just FaceTiming me, so that helps.
Yeah, cool.